because there's these things called seasons. And there's not always fruit and vegetables and different things coming out of the ground at all seasons. So if their loan cycle happens to come at a time when they have nothing to sell in the market, then they don't really have an income. So how are they supposed to pay back their loans? And this was an issue that you have to deal with kind of a special way, because there needs to be a particular loan product to account for these seasonal adjustments. And I think our organization was trying to do that, but then they weren't communicating well with the clients about the whole process, and so so there was just a lot of confusion between the clients, what they thought they were getting and what they actually were getting, and just knowing that for the organization is very beneficial so that they can start improving their practices, because in the end they are serving clients and they need to keep those clients to keep their organization going. Did I answer a question?
That was great.
Any other questions?
All right, great. Well, you guys can have a chance to talk with Rachel later. We're going to hear from Lauren, who also interned through FINCA, but she interned at their headquarters in DC. So she got a look at an internship with them more of a domestic.
I actually didn't get the privilege of working with Rachel or her team, but I ended up doing an internship with FINCA this past summer, and my particular role was to work with the teams that were in the field. There were about 15 different interns that were actually at FINCA headquarters during the time that I was there, from about May through August, and everyone had a different responsibility. So their internships and everything from law to business development. I was looking at kind of more of a policy and research side of things. So this is my own experience, but they do have a wide range that kind of meets all the different skills of a lot of different people that are very interested in microfinance. So as Rachel touched on, FINCA stands for the Foundation for International Community Assistance. So while I was at FINCA, there were two 5-week fellowships, as Rachel mentioned, that she was on one of them. So over the time that all the fellows were in the field, they ended up reaching 21 countries. Last summer, there were either FINCA International, owned by FINCA International, or were partner organizations. And they were stretched out onto Africa, Central Asia, Eastern Europe, Eurasia, Latin America, and they just started with a new office in Jordan, I think 3 years ago. And the only country that they did not do client assessment surveys in as of the past 2 years is Afghanistan, obviously for safety issues. So FINCA is unique in that it uses the village banking model, which it founded, and that's kind of a group lending model. And they now do offer individual loans, and which is kind of more common in a lot of their partner organizations. But a few of their offices are starting to allow individual loans. For the most part, they do use the village banking model, which is a group of about 5 individuals coming together from their communities and paying off their loans. So this was kind of, if you look at their website, it's whitesvillagebanking.org. And so I was working in the executive office initiatives, and I might ask, what does that mean? It's kind of a research and development office. A lot of policy analysis goes on there. They do a lot of different things for the CEO, trying to create presentations. They pretty much do a lot of things for the other offices. So it's actually very interesting to see everything that was going on. Their two primary jobs were to create a policy and best practices. FINCA was a leader, as Rachel said, in client assessment surveys, so that allows them to really get a good idea of what's best practice in the industry. And so while I was there, they were updating their manual into different languages for some of the newer FINCA offices, as well as working with some other smaller MFIs to try to give them an idea of how they can improve their institutions. They also do a lot of research and customer relationship management, so they're trying to improve the communication between the U.S. office and the regional offices, because as Rachel said, oftentimes a lot of miscommunication does occur, and that's one of their big areas, is to try to see how that communication can be improved, how they can make the offices better, as opposed to the new business development services department, which is another department that focuses more on new services that can be provided, such as offering Visa check cards, offering new technologies, and that sort of thing. So, as Rachel's talking about, another area of this department is the client assessment tool, and that was what I spent pretty much the entire summer helping with, working on, and that sort of thing. So while they're in the field, they're using Palm Pilots to record the data and sending it back to headquarters every week. And so as you mentioned, there are over 100 questions. It's a pretty extensive process of getting all this in. We had 45 fellows this past summer. As I mentioned before, they're in almost 20 countries. And so this tool is used every summer to try to document their needs. And so my primary responsibility was to work with the fellows and work with this tool. So while I was based out of the office, I would spend most of my day kind of communicating with the FCAT fellows. Most of the communication was through Skype. Sometimes they would need to call or email the office, so I was trying to help them with kind of any issues they might have. The Palm Pilots got stolen, someone got hurt, they can't figure out the best practice, someone isn't really, they don't know how to answer a question for someone, they have a mentally retarded child, so they don't go to school, but they don't want to, but they can't, it's not that they're not going to school because of any family reasons or financial reasons, so it would be questions like that. So I would try to help them figure it out and go to the person, if necessary, to give them the best answer and try to continue to follow best practice. Probably one of the most fun weeks of this summer was during the FCAT Fellows training, when they all come to Washington, D.C. and have a week-long training in the headquarters. It was also a little bit frustrating. It was my first week, and I was also the technical support for the FCAT Fellows, and prior to this experience, I'd really only had one semester of computer science in high school, and the first day they came in, gave me a 500-page book and said, know this and teach it to 45 graduate students tomorrow. So throughout the summer, I uploaded and coded the Palm Pilots, coded the computers, helped kind of create Excel files, and different things like that, help with data. So I was not expecting to do this. I didn't have any prior experience really in a lot of computer skills, but that's what they ended up doing. It's a nonprofit, so you'll be doing lots of different things. So then also as data came in, there would be constant problems. The Palm Pilots are old, so I'd help try to fix those, and also they'd also create problems with data, so I'd go back after all the fellows had sent in their data and clean it. I was also able to help with analysis and kind of look for things for other reports that were not being done by the fellows, that were being done by other departments. So this is kind of a policy analysis, and that was very interesting for me to try to see how the data would affect their best practice policies. Right. Also, one of the benefits of being in Washington, D.C. is there are a lot of microfinance organizations around. There's CGAP, there's the, I guess a lot of the government organizations also have things. The State Department had microfinance interns. So they have brown bag lunches for all the